Okay, great. So we're back. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disable the comments. And then we can loop back in after class and we can have a chit chat and you can let me know how you enjoyed class. Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to try to figure this out. No, that's not it. Disable, turn off commenting. Cool. Okay. Let's get started. So we're gonna need a pair of leggings, a strap, or a TheraBand. And let's get on our mats. I'm Alwyn and we're gonna do a Pilates class. Yeah? Let's start on all fours. So here we are on quadruped, hands and knees, having your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees in line with your hips. Just begin to lift one hand up off of the mat and then lift the other hand. So starting off with our wrists and our hands. And you can start to take that big inhale and bigger exhale. Yeah, spreading your fingers out, shifting the weight side to side. And then from here, let's come back and neutralize the movement. So keep the hands on the mat. And shift your seat all of the way back towards your heels. Slide your arms out in front of you. And then from here, flip the left hand so the palm is up towards the sky. And then same thing with the right. Now your opposable thumbs. Could you press your thumbs down into the mat? And your elbows are 100% off of the mat. So they're not here, they're up. And then we're going to transfer the weight forward as we come up. And it's like, ooh, hello, stretch in through the forearms and the hands and the wrists. And then we go slowly back down and down and down, keeping the elbows up. We transfer the weight forward as we come up. And if this is too nervy for you with both hands, then by all means, please go ahead and do one hand at a time. Let's go two more. We come up and we come back down. Yeah. And then we'll go one more time and we come up. And here we'll hold. We'll take that left hand and bring it back down to the mat. So the palm is on the mat. And then same thing now with the right. Flip the left hand so the palm is facing you and your fingers are facing you. And then can we do the same thing with the right? Yeah. And then just kind of pick up the fingers, wiggle them around, breathe. Taking a break from holding your phone or typing on your keypad. Is that what it's called? Keypad? I don't know, whatever that thing is. And then from here, pause. Press your bum back. Maybe you'll get all the way, maybe not. I cannot get all the way, so I go to where I can feel the stretch in through the front of my forearms. And then I come right back up. And I try to push the floor away. One more time, I press back to where I can feel the stretch. And then I come back up. Release the left hand, release the right. And now from here, lift the left hand up off of the mat, but then think of what that hand is attached to, right? So that shoulder. So that left hand is up off of the mat, and then can we glide and pick the shoulder blade up, and then the shoulder blade glides down, and the hand comes down. We'll do the same thing on the right. So we pick the right hand up and then glide that right shoulder blade up. And then the right shoulder blade goes down, and then the right hand goes down. Try that again. Pick up the left hand, and then glide the left shoulder blade up, and then continue the movement as you lift your left arm up. So some lateral flexion. While you're here, roll your wrist around. Can you use your eyes more and your head more? Breathe. And then from here, that left shoulder starts to come back down, and then the hand comes down. So the right hand lifts, the right shoulder blade lifts. We continue the gesture up as the right arm lifts. We turn, we look up, and then we move the right hand and the wrist and the fingers, and we breathe. Yeah. And then that right arm comes down, the shoulder blade glides, and the hand glides. Come on into your child's pose. So taking your seat all of the way back to your heels, and reach the arms all the way out in front. And then sway the hips side to side. Can you relax your eyes? Relax your jaw. And all the muscles in your face, can they soften? And sway your hips side to side. And then take that big inhale in. Bigger exhale out. Then lift your eyes up to look at your hands. Lift the elbows and the backs of the forearms up off of the mat, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders as you come back up to all fours. Slide the arms out. Take your seat towards your heels, taking an inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, coming back up together. Sliding and gliding the arms out as you shift your weight back towards your heels, and then pulling the arms back in as you come up. So those primal actions of pushing, pulling. We push the arms away and we shift the weight back. And then we pull the arms and the shoulders back as we lift our seat up off our heels. One more time. Pushing away. And then pulling to come back. Good. Spreading your fingers out. And let's take the hands out a little wider than your mat, and then turn them away. As well, same thing with your knees. So taking your knees a little wider than your hips, and then just start to shift the weight and pick up one hand and pick up the other. And the shoulder blade lifts and lifts and lifts. And I don't know about you where you are physically, but I'm in Parkdale and I've got a big window coming in through my living room and the sun is peeking through. Yeah. We'll go for 2 and 1. And then the hands come back, right hand and left hand underneath the shoulders. And then from here, hinge your bum back. So you're going to keep those knees out a little wider. Slide the arms all of the way out. And then shift your weight side to side. And then from here, we'll neutralize that. Lift the eyes and lift the head. And then come on up so you are on your elbows and on your forearms. Hinge your seat back. And up. One more time. Hinge the seat back. And up. From here, let's mobilize the spine. Press up into the hands. Slide that left hand underneath the shoulder. Slide the right. And then the right knee underneath the hip. and the left knee underneath the hip. In terms of the breath pattern, let's practice exhaling as we flex the spine. So we'll come into our cat. As we round the spine, push the floor away, have that long, big exhale. Inhale, finding your neutral. And then exhale, flex. Pushing the floor away. And then inhale to neutral. And then exhale, round. Inhale to neutral. And then from here, let's practice extension. I don't know why I said it like that, but extension. So we'll take our low back and extend it away, lifting the eyes and thinking about the back of the neck. Let's try to keep that back of the neck in line with the rest of the spine versus cranking the head up, which, don't get me wrong, is needed in some exercises. But here, let's practice a little less of the neck fling. Yeah. And then from here, flex, exhale. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, extend. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, round. Inhale to neutral. And exhale to extend. From here, hinge your seat all of the way back. Yielding with the right hand, lift the left arm up. Yeah, and then we're gonna thread the needle as we take our seat up off of our heels. So that left arm threads as our bum goes up. Can we get that left shoulder blade as much to the mat as possible? And then we'll lift the left arm back up and take our seat to our heels. We thread. The bum comes back. The left arm goes up. One more time. And back. And then we'll take that left hand down to the mat and the left forearm and the left elbow down. And then we'll pick the right arm up. Good. And then from here, we will pick our bum up and thread and try to get that right shoulder down to the mat. And then it's like this sort of seesaw or teeter. So the hips go back, arm goes up, arm threads, hips up, hips back, arm up, arm through, hips up. So, pretty stretchy, being that it's 7 p.m. on a Sunday. Right, getting it all stretched out. One more time. Good. And then we come back up. That right hand comes back down to the mat. The right elbow down to the mat. Shifting the weight up above our heels. Curl your toes. And then take your seat back to your heels. Press up into your hands. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. And then from here, can you take your right hand onto your right quad, your left hand onto your left quad, and lift the front of your spine up. So I know this is a lot for the feet. Can you scooch back behind you and see your pinky toe, and then can that, become a part of the exercise? And then from here, we'll breathe. 3 counts. Long inhale in. Longer exhale out. I have my eyes closed. You can as well. Inhale in. Exhale it out. One more time. Inhale in. And exhale it out. thighs. Slide the hands away from the quads. Take the hands back down to the mat. Take your seat up off your heels and then release to the tops of your feet. Take your seat back. Hands back on top of the quads. And then from here, we're going to reach our arms up towards the sky. And then from here, I'd like you to bend your elbows and bring them close to you. So your elbows are really narrow, like narrower than you might think. And then from here, I'd like you to imagine you were holding a bucket and you're going to tip that bucket over your head, which requires movement of the head and of the neck. We keep the elbows up and narrow, and then we begin to lift the elbows up, and we begin to move the eyes and move the head. And then can you reach your arms a little further back? And then the arms come up, the eyes come up, and the head comes up. So big extension. Eyes, head, arms, pouring that bucket over the head, keeping your elbows narrow. And then we come back up and up and up. Let's come off of our heels. So just kind of shifting your weight to one side. And then are you able to sit cross-legged? And if that's not available in your practice tonight, then finding a position where it is available to you. And that goes for everything that we practice tonight. Taking the hands, interlacing them, please, and placing them behind your head. Your elbows are in your periphery, and then from here, begin to draw the chin down towards the chest. Keeping your elbows narrow, round the spine. And then from here, take your elbows away from you and stack the spine back up. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Bend the elbows so you're back into your imaginary bucket shape with your elbows narrow. And then from here, we begin to take the eyes back and the head back. Extension, 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 getting really heavy with your hips. And then we come back and back and back. Interlace the fingers, hands back behind the head, pressing your head back into your hands, elbows in your periphery, and round the spine. And stack the spine back up and up and up. The arms reach up. We bend the elbows. We're holding onto our bucket. Our elbows are narrow. We begin to lift the eyes, lift the head. The arms go back. The head goes back. The head, the eyes, and the arms. From here, I'll turn to face the camera. I'm still getting used to where the best position of things are. Taking your right hand over to your left knee, and then your left hand goes back behind you. We're going to go into a twist. So really thinking about the mobilization of your trunk. So right hand on left knee, left hand back behind you, grow tall through the crown of the head, and twist. And as you're twisting, can you take a big inhale? And then exhale, back to center. We'll do that 2 more times. So the right hand is pressing down on the left knee. We grow tall, we twist, we breathe, and then we exhale and come back. And it's an active stretch with that left arm. So that left arm is pushing down to the floor. We twist, we breathe, We exhale and we come back. And now we do the switcheroo. So the left, that's technical, switcheroo. Left hand on right knee, left hand back, left hand back behind you. I still don't know my lefts and rights. Lift tall through the head, and then we twist and twist and twist, pushing down into the floor, taking that big inhale, using your eyes, using your head, and then back to center. Again, we twist, we twist, we twist, we grow tall, we grow tall, we grow tall, and then back to center. Last time, twist, reach, ooh, and then back to center. Good. Take that right arm back, and then let's grab a hold of our prop for tonight, which is our strap. So if you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. I'm trying to come up with creative ways to still have the same feeling that we would with a yoga strap or a TheraBand. And enter in leggings or a towel if you don't have a strap or a TheraBand. Okay, and then we will come to a seated position with our arms out in front of you. And instead of having your arms kind of like noodly or droopy, I'd like you to be taut with your towel or your legging or your band. And then from here, reach your arms up and stack the spine. And then the arms reach back out in line with the shoulders. And from here, we move into a half rollback. Can we stay broad through the collarbones? And then think about, it can be interesting to think about what's happening with your feet. Can you anchor your feet down into the mat? The arms reach up overhead. We stack the spine up. The arms are back in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. We move into that half roll back as we're pulling our leggings or a band apart. We reach the arms up. We stack the spine and arms back out in front. Yeah? 2 more times. Half roll back, push your feet down into the mat. Open through the collarbones, maybe smile. And then the arms reach. We come up and arms in front. 1 more. Pulling with your band, pressing your feet down into the mat, rounding the spine, lifting the arms, and then up you get. Reaching your arms out in front, go deep into your half roll back and hold. Reset, plant your feet down into the mat, spreading your toes out, and then we're going to twist because our spine is designed to bend and rotate. So first, we're going to rotate to the right, and then we come back to center. So a lot of obliques, and then we're going to twist to the left, and back to center. Stack the spine, back up. Here we go. Half roll back again. To the right. Back to center. To the left. Back to center. And up. Can you use your eyes and your head maybe more than you would think? So that can help with our end range. Extend the arms out. Press your feet, spread your toes out, round down through that low back. And then we twist to the right, and we keep going with our eyes and our head. We get really heavy with that left sit bone. And then we come back through center, and now we twist to the left. Can the head go? Can the head go? Can the head go? And then we come back to center, and we come up. Take the prop behind your head. And then remember that exercise we just did with that like bucket tip? Yeah? Lengthen your right leg long, lengthen your left. So your elbows are super narrow, like narrower than you would think. And then from here, we go into that half roll back. And now our elbows go wide. They're still in our periphery. And they come back to narrow. They go wide. They come back to narrow. Can you flex your feet and get really heavy with the backs of your legs? One more time. As you come up, bend your knees. Yes. So we're going to lengthen the legs as you go into a half roll back. I know how ridiculous this looks. Okay, so we lengthen. We're in our half roll back. Elbows wide. Twist to the right. Back to center. Twist to the left. Back to center. We come up. We bend the knees. Last time. Lengthen the legs. Round the spine. Elbows narrow, right? Now we take them wide. Not super wide where like you're extending the spine. They're still in your periphery. And then we twist to the right. You can look back at that right elbow. Back to center. To the left. Back. Bend the knees. Up you get. Yes. Now from here, take it to the arch of your right foot. Okay. So you have your left foot on the floor. And then you're going to pick your right leg up where your knees are in the same line. Elbows are out the side. Your right leg goes down, you come up. The right leg goes, you go back. So we're practicing rocking. And then again, think of that conversation with your left foot to the floor. So you're pushing that left foot down to the mat as you're lifting your right leg and you're rocking. And you're coming back up and you're breathing. One more time. And back. Good. We lift the leg. We go into our half roll back. And then we bend the knee and then extend the leg. So hip flexion and the elbows go wide and then the arms go straight as the leg extends. Flexion, extension, and flexion, extension. One more time. And then from here, rock or tip forward. Take the band out from the right ball of foot. Take the right knee to the floor. The left guy goes in. So the left leg is up. And then from here, we're going to rock forward and back. Your elbows can go wide, and then they can go straight, and they can go wide, and then straight. And then you think about that right foot to the mat. And the worst thing that'll happen is that you'll rock too far back, and then you'll be like, whoop, and you come back up and you do it again, right? So we're really sort of in this playful mindset. One more time. Good. So we come up, and then we bend the knee, and we bend the elbows, and then we extend the leg and extend the arms. Bend, extend, and bend, and extend. One more time. Bend, and extend, and then tip forward. Okay, so now we're going to take both arches of the feet into the band and drag your feet up along the mat. And then from here, like it's again active through the arms. So the arms aren't noodly. You're working your arms, and then from here, can you deepen into your half roll back? Instead of having the shoulders rounded, could they stay open? And then lift your heels up off of the floor. And then we're gonna rock forward and rock back. And it's very small here. Rock and roll and rock and roll. Now, can we practice taking our heels closer towards our seat and then further away to our seat? So like distal, proximal, and distal and proximal. So like close to the body and then away. One more time. Come back. Take the right foot out from your legging and then right foot to the floor. Left foot out. Extend and lengthen your right leg. Extend and lengthen your left. Taut with your arms. Half roll back. Now from here, twist to the right. And can your right hand get to the floor? Now your left arm, down and up. Down and up. So your right hand, I'm going to try to so you can see it. Your right hand is to the floor and your left is pulling. And you're super heavy with your sits bone so that we're not picking the hip up. Although that's a cool thing, but not what we're practicing right now. For 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, that right hand that's to the floor goes up. We go back to center. Same thing, the left. So the left hand is on the floor and the right goes down and up. Flex your feet, get super heavy with the legs. We'll go for 3, 2, 1. We pick the arms up, center, roll all of the way down and down and down and down and down, and then reach your arms back behind you. Nice stretch moment, yeah? Okay, so from here, let's take a bend of the spine. So we'll take a big old bend to the right, and you're using your prop with you. And then we come back, and then we go to the left, and we come back, and then we go to the right, and we come back. And so imagine that this thing you're holding, this towel or legging or band, was really wet. And you gotta wring it out as you're moving. So let's pick it up. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And then start to wring out your towel and wring it back out. So some more wrist mobility work and strength mobility. And wring it out. And Joseph Pilates often talked about, the idea of wringing out your breath. One more time. And then wring it out and wring it out. And then take it back behind you and lower down. Big breath in, big breath out. Reach the arms up. Take the right foot to the floor and the left foot to the floor. And then let's just take our prop off to the side. We'll come back to it in just a moment. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and rock a little side to side. And it's just past 7:30 in the evening. So let's send our intention out to all of the healthcare workers. We can dedicate our rolling like a ball to them, which is where we're going to go to next. And then we'll come back to center and we'll hold. Hands to the knees, heels to the seat. And then from here, we rock up and we rock back. So it's quick, up and back, and just like we practiced a moment ago with our band, keeping our heels to our seat as we were having that like mini rocking. So now we're in the full exercise. And if you'd like more of a challenge, you know, it's going really well, and you're like, okay, what could be next with this? Arms, reach away from the body. For 3, 2, and you want to try to keep your eyes at your sternum. One more time. And then lower your feet down. I'm totally out of the shot, so I'll scooch back. And now let's go back to grabbing our band. And then we'll get a really big stretch. I'm gonna just pull my mat out a little bit, so I'm gonna have room. Okay, everyone doing well? Good? Okay. So right foot goes into your strap situation. Left leg goes long, and then we're gonna lie down. And just like take a minute. Breathe. One more time. The right hand holds the strap. Left arm can be like out to a T formation, down by your sides, back behind you. Let's go ahead and take that right leg out to where it's gonna go. So like big old stretch. And then the right leg comes back. And now the left hand grabs a hold and we go across the body. I should have moved this lamp. And then goes up. The right hand grabs a hold. The right leg opens. Crack, crack, crack. Up. Left hand grabs a hold. So you're doing this like passover of the leg situation. And your hip is off of the floor. And then you come back. The right hand grabs a hold. And we open. Good. And then we come back and back and back. Both hands back onto your band. Left leg is really heavy to the mat. Draw the chin to the chest and pick the head up. From here, can you pull to come up? Yeah. And then we go back, 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 back. Chin to chest. We go up. Now you might be thinking, well, Alwyn, what do we do with the left leg? Good question. The left leg stays to the ground and is really heavy. And back. And then we go one more time. And back. And then from here, bend your right knee in towards your chest. Take the strap away and then lengthen your right leg long and just notice how that feels beside your left. The arms come up, chin to chest, the head lifts. So you're going to take that strap back behind your head. So the strap is back behind your head. Your elbows are narrow and in your periphery. And then could you pick them up a little bit? So it's kind of necky. Take a breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. The head lifts. And the head lowers back down. Can you get really heavy with the backs of your legs? So flex your feet, coming up. And back down. 2 more times. Up. And back down. back down. Depending on your practice, I'm going to offer a really big progression. Can you come up all of the way? And you know in your practice if that's available to you or not. Up. And then we roll back down and down and down. Yeah. Okay. So now we go the other leg. So we take the left ball of foot into our strap situation, and then that right leg goes long. And you'll notice pretty quickly like how one side feels versus the other. Right, what are we doing? So the left hand has the strap, right arm is wherever it wants to be. We'll take that left leg and we'll open it out to the side. And then it comes up, we make the pass. So the right hand grabs a hold of the band and we go up and over. And that hip and glute is off of the mat, comes back up, make the pass, and over. And we come back up and over. And up. And over. Yeah. And then let's go one more time. Over. And then back up. Both hands are back onto the strap. Your right leg that's on the ground, really heavy. And then from here, we're going to begin to roll ourselves up. So we draw the chin to the chest, we pick the head up. We go up and we're pulling at the band. And then we begin to round down through the low back. And the head goes down. And there might be some like clunky parts as you roll down. Par for the course, chin to chest. We roll up, we get really heavy with that right leg. And we roll back down. And I don't know about you, but I just always want to go into turnout. So I really have to work extra hard to keep that right foot in parallel here versus in external rotation. Chin to chest, I come up. I go up. And then I roll back down and down and down. Good. From here, your right leg, pick it up. Take it into your strap. Good. Your arms are straight. And now we begin to come all of the way up and back. And up, and back. Now we're lifting our bum up off of the mat. Up, and back, and then one more time, up, and back. Good, okay. Bend bye-bye for a moment or two. Take the feet to the floor. Arms in front and roll all the way back down. Okay, so let's do a few bridges. Feet are hip width distance apart, arms down by your sides. Let's go ahead and go into that pelvic tilt and then lifting the hips up and up and up. Chin is up off the chest. Could you lift an extra inch up? And then lower, down, and down, and down. A couple more times. Tilt the pelvis, press into the backs of the arms as you lift up and up and up. Continuing to send the tail down, and then lower. Good. And then we'll go one more time here. Tilt. Lift, and then lower, down, and down, and down.
Draw the knees in towards the chest. And can you kick your legs up? Take your hands and can you take them to your toes? And can you pick your bum up? Can you pick your bum up more so you're rolling onto your shoulder blades? I'm super shaky here. And then you're gonna roll down, release, bend the knees, feet to the floor, arms to the floor, imprint, back up into bridge. Roll down, upper, mid, lower, knees to chest, legs kick up, arms come up, hands to the toes, lift your bum up. Can you roll back to your shoulder blades? Take a breath in, exhale, roll back, release, bend the knees, hands to the floor, feet to the floor, tilt, and uppity up in bridge. Could you come up higher? Last one like this. So we roll down and down and down and down and down and down. We bring the knees in. We kick the legs up. We reach the arms. We grab a hold. Our bum goes up. We go back, 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 back to the shoulder blades. Could you back more, 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 more? And then roll down and down and down. And bend the knees, feet to the floor, arms to the floor. Tilts, and up you get into bridge. Lift up a little higher if you can. So you can take that tactile feedback and find that insertion point and then get up a little higher. Arms down by your sides where you're feeling the tone in the back of your triceps. And then from here, I'd like you now to turn out and walk your feet out so your toes are off of your mat, but your heels are on the mat. And then, boom, back up. So you're in this big V formation. And then from here, bring the knees in as close together and back out wide. And come in, and out, out. In, out, out. I might have to rethink this camera angle the next time I do this sequence. And then out and back in a couple more times. Out, out. In, out, out. In. Good. Out, out, and hold. And now, can you fan out and out and keeping the hips up? Your knees are only opening as wide as those bony landmarks at the front of your hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, we're going to lower down sequentially. Upper, mid, and lower. Knees come in. You can take your hands and thread them through and grab a hold of your ankles. And then rock a little side to side. Yep. And then we come on back to center. We unhook the hands. We bring our feet together, knees together, inner thighs together. Lower the right foot to the floor. Lower the left foot to the floor. Sway the knees to the right. Reach your arms back behind you. Big stretch. Inhale. And then exhale. Sway the legs past center. Over to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale. Roll back to center. Lengthen the right leg out nice and long. Lengthen the left. Interlace the fingers. Place the hands back behind the head. From here, hover your elbows up so they're in the periphery. Chin to chest. The head lifts. So the neck is long. And then you're going to take that right leg up into a tabletop, please. And then the left leg up into a tabletop. Could you lift from the sternum up an extra inch? Extend and lengthen your right leg long and away from you. Can you have that right leg hovering up off of the ground and the chest stays up? From here, taking your right elbow to the left knee, and then you go wide with that left elbow. And then switch. And switch. And switch. And we'll go like this for 3, 2, you got it, and 1. And then back to center. Take the hands to the hamstrings, rock yourself up. Yeah, and then we'll come up to a standing position, okay? And we'll practice that from seated up to standing. So let's take, because we did all that strength work on our wrists at the beginning, yeah? Let's take the hands back behind us and then really open up the chest. And then just kind of rock side to side and pick up one hand and pick up the other. And you can turn your head so you're seeing your right hand and your left hand. Yeah, feels kind of weird and nice at the same time. And then we'll come back to center. We open up the chest, so we're bringing our shoulder blades together as much as you can. From here, walk your feet out hip-width distance apart, so your chest is open. And then from here, could you pick your seat up off of the mat? Scoot one foot closer towards your sit bone, and then the other. Take one hand in front of you, other hand in front of you. Yeah, and then from here, chin to chest. And we begin to roll up and up and up. Cool? Okay, so now grab a hold of your strap, and we're gonna do some standing work, and that will take us pretty close to the end of our class today. Let's take the right foot, the arch of the foot, into our band. So we're standing. So also a prop that we got here is gravity. And then our shoulder blades are open. And then let's extend the leg out and bend the knee in. And extend the leg out and bend the knee in. And we did this like a whole bunch of times when we were seated and on our back, right? Now takes on a whole different ball game. That was not part of the sequence, I just fell over. When we're standing. And we go out. I suck at this, like I'm just the absolute worst at it. And then we go one more time. Good. And then the right hand has the strap. We're going to externally rotate the hip and then bring it back to center. And so we'll take that knee and the hips. He told you I'm just the worst at it. Out to the side and back to center. Also, these leggings are really short. I should have maybe brought longer ones. So hot tip next time we do this, if you have like longer leggings or a longer band or a longer towel, we'll use that. Out and in. But this also just gives that extra challenge. Woo. Okay, so now we're going to open out to the side, and then can you extend the leg out and bring it to center and out and back in, and then one more time, out and back in, and bend, unhook, and lower down. Lift and lower the heels a couple times. Breathe, let your arms swing. Okay, other side. So we reset with our band, and then we'll take the left arch of the foot into it, and we have the hip flexion. Oh geez, I don't know if I'll be able to make it on this side. We'll try. So we're up in flexion, both hands are on the strap, and then we extend the leg out, and then we bend back in, and we extend out and back in. And we're like becoming really aware of how much our ankle and our foot has to work, and how that relates to the knee and the hip and the glute. For exercises such as like the primal exercise, the squat, or lunges. One more time. And then we come back in. Okay, so now the left hand has the strap, super strong in that right hip so that's not like dipping off to the side. So it's supported, and then we externally rotate, and then we come right back to center. Open out, and pull back. 2 more times, and back, and then 1 more. I have to remind my right hand to like not death grip, that it can just relax. And come in. And then we open out to the side, and then we're gonna extend the leg out, and then can you pull it to center? And out, and then come back. All the effort noises. And back. 1 more time. And back. Bend, remove, hold on to it, reach up, take a big side bend, and then back up to center, and side bend, and back up. And then we'll take that band back to the back of our head with our elbows narrow, and then we'll round the spine from here. Rounding the spine, bending the knees, releasing the band off of the head, letting it go, and then slowly pendulum swinging your arms forward and back. And we roll back up to standing, taking your time from your feet all of the way up to the very top of the head. Before Instagram cuts us out, squat, feet hip width distance apart, arms reach up. So think of all that trunk mobilization that we've done. Swing, 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 sending the weight to the heels for 3, 2, and 1. Pulse in our squat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All of the way up and up and up. Feet together, arms down by your sides. Hands to the ribs, deep full breath in, and exhale out. We are done. Thank you so much. I hope that you had fun, and I'm gonna come back on in just a minute, and I'll enable the comments again, and I'll thank you once again for coming. Have a lovely evening. I'll see you back on in just a sec. Yeah? Okay. And